Hi everyone, my name is Ava and I'm autistic. Today I'll be talking to you about 5 things I wish staff in education knew about autistic emotion. The first thing I wish for all of you to know is that some autistic people experience alexithymia. This refers to difficulty in identifying, describing and understanding one's emotions. This also refers to emotional blindness and can vary in severity. To prevent certain emotional blindness, it's important to be direct when communicating. This is so that the person can have a safe environment where they don't have to process more information than necessary. In addition to this, instead of asking the question, "What's wrong?" because someone like me would reply everything, it is better to ask, "What is physically bothering you right now?" This type of alternative question is better because then the person isn't feeling like they're being overflowed with trying to answer a question that may for some seem simple but is actually difficult. The second thing I wish for all of you to know is that some autistic people can experience intense emotional empathy. This includes myself. Many people assume that autistic people lack empathy, but this is simply not true. For example, I can sometimes feel a tightness in my chest and find it hard to breathe because I am physically reacting to someone else's emotional distress. My personal strategies to combat this physical response to someone else's emotional stress is to 1. Distract myself. This can be done through comfort sitcom TV shows, which are my favourite, or by music. The second thing that I use is organize. Sometimes when your brain can feel overloaded, it's best to control your external environment. And then the third one is emotional regulation. You can do this in many ways. One is by simply being in a quiet space in a room by yourself, and also by writing your thoughts down so that it's kind of somewhat out of your brain. If you're not quite sure what strategies to start with first, meditation and breathing exercises are always a good first step. The third thing I would like to discuss about autistic emotions is autistic shutdowns. This is something I am prone to getting often. These shutdowns are involuntary response to overwhelm caused by sensory overload, emotional burnout, or stress. Shutdowns consist of many different variables. This includes being more quiet than usual or having the inability to speak. In addition to this, you may experience low energy, difficulty in completing tasks, and may want to isolate yourself. Shutdowns can last a short time, several hours, or even days. In very rare cases, they could last weeks. Shutdowns can be triggered by many different factors. This could be small issues or accumulation of lots of small issues. They are likely to occur due to burnout, illness, or because you've had a recent shutdown. The fourth thing I would like to talk about is how autistic people express emotions differently. This means that someone could be happy but might not experience it in a physical way, which can lead to miscommunication. It is also common for autistic people to speak in monotone. This is something I do regularly without even realising. This is an automatic response and may mean something is wrong, but not always. So it's always nice to have a gentle reminder where someone asks if I am okay, because then I can make myself aware of how I am reacting. Lastly, it is common for autistic people to get overwhelmed easily by change. For me, this includes even the smallest changes. This is because each change adds processing time in our brains, which takes longer than the average person. The reason our brains get overwhelmed by change is because we have to rewire our acceptance of this new perception. One of the biggest changes that I've faced so far is going from primary school to secondary school. This transition was so hard because I didn't know the strategies that could help me prevent the extra stress and overwhelm. When transitioning to sixth form college, however, I did have better strategies. One of them was asking to receive as much information as possible so that when I had to finally go to college, I was prepared and knew what to expect. This concludes 5 things I wish staff in education knew about autistic emotions. Thank you for listening, and I hope you found this an engaging insight. Have a good rest of your day. Bye!